All right, so very quickly, I'm going to go over the 5 problems that you did with a partner on Friday, the ones that were hanging around the room. So I'll start with this one. It says a car has an average speed of 36 miles per hour. How far can it travel in 5 hours? So this is one where you have to set up the equivalent fractions. So you're going to have the 2 fraction bars and the equal sign in the middle. Well, first, remember your ratio at the very beginning, every single time, has to be your unit rate. And I know when I write a unit rate, I know 1 is always going to be at the bottom. Well, I need to take my 36 miles per hour and make it a unit rate. So 36 mph means 36 miles per, and we know that per means 1, so 36 miles in 1 hour. So that is what that means in fraction form, 36 miles in 1 hour. So then we can move on. How far can it travel in 5 hours? So I'm going to put 5 at the bottom so hours can stay with hours. Now we just solve. I know to get from 1 to 5, I multiply by 5. And then, excuse me, I take 36 and multiply it by 5. And you get 180. Next one. If it takes 2 hours to travel 8,400 meters, what is the average speed in meters per minute? So I went over this one with you before you started, and I told you that since the question was asking for minutes, that you probably should take your hours and turn that into minutes before you start doing the math. So I know 2 hours is 120 minutes. So that's what I need in minutes. And this is one of those where I said, yes, you can switch the order if you need to, because the bigger number on the top does make the division a little easier. So we can put our 8,400 meters on the top and our 120 minutes on the bottom. Now, all the question says is, what is the average speed in meters per minute? And we know that word per just means unit rate. It means 1. So all they wanted you to do was just take the 2 numbers and divide them. So 8,400 divided by 120 gives you 70 meters per minute. And that's your answer. Next one. How long does it take to travel 660 miles if the average speed is 55 miles per hour? So this is just like the first problem you had, where you have to take 55 miles per hour and set it up as your fraction. Well, again, that's your unit rate because you're using the word per, and we know per means 1. So 55 miles per hour, and it says how long does it take to travel 660 miles? Well, I'm going to put 660 at the top because miles has to stay with miles, and we are solving for hours. So you have to figure out how to get from 55 to 660. And it is times 12. What you do to the top, you do to the bottom. And 1 times 12 is 12. So it would take 12 hours. A car has an average speed of 32 miles per hour. How far can it travel in 7.5 hours? So again, pretty much the same exact question as the one before this. We're going to take 32 miles per hour, set it up as a fraction. So I got 32 miles per 1 hour. And it says how far can it travel in 7.5 hours? Again, hours has to stay with hours, so we're going to put it at the bottom and solve for miles. I know to get from 1 to 7.5, you have to multiply by 7.5. What you do to the bottom, you're going to do to the top. And 32 times 7.5 gives you 240 miles. If it takes 3 hours to travel 4,500 meters, what is the average speed per minute? So again, it's asking for it in minutes. So we need to take our hours and turn it into minutes first. Well, 3 hours equals 180 minutes. So this is what we are going to use instead of our hours. So we are going to take our 4,500 meters and put that at the top, because I know when I divide, the bigger number will make it a little bit easier if it's on the top, and put our 180 minutes on the bottom. Again, all it wanted was per minute, so all we have to do is divide it to find our unit rate. And 4,500 divided by 180 gives you 25 meters per minute.